the talk today, the topic is work and play. And in the month of May, we're going to work and play. Yeah? And what's interesting about work and play is that we come from a place of thinking they're two different things, or there's work and there's play. And what I'm suggesting is that there is no difference between the two. There's no difference. You want to know why we think there's a difference? It's really obvious. But it took me forever to figure it out. So why do we think there's a difference between work and play? That's definitely one of them. Any other ideas?
Goals.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
You have to do it.
Ah, yes, yes. You have to do it. Yes, this is good. What else? What else is the difference between work and play?
Reward.
Okay, thank you. So one you're rewarded and the other one, not so much?
Also reward.
Different parties are expected.
Expectations. Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Maybe each of them has a different idea about confinement.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Different idea about confinement. Yeah, Phyllis. Frances! See, I know, she knows I know her name, but I call her Phyllis no matter what.
They are both the same.
Yes, they are.
What's your attitude?
So so this is really cool, because there is nothing that I'm saying that you do not already know. So the only difference that we think there is between work and play is our thoughts. And everything that you said was a thought, a concept, an idea, a belief. The only difference between work and play is what we think about work and play. Yeah, Chris.
When I've had to do day jobs, regular work, I would imagine that I was going in to hang out with my friends rather than go to work.
Amen.
And it really changed the
Shift.
whole attitude.
Yeah.
And I was not doing nothing but playing with everybody while I was working.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. And this is what's so interesting is that work and play are concepts that we made up. And then we bought into them. And then we wondered why we weren't having enough of this, that, or the other. And then we looked out there and said, well, that's why, and this is why, and it's because of you, and I have to take care of the family, and I have to do this, and if I don't do that, then what's going to happen? So what would happen? You want to know what would happen if you gave it all up and realized that work is play and play is play? What would happen is that you would be walking your own way. You would be walking in your truth, in your path, in your light. You would not be walking the way of the world. You would be walking in the way of spirit. You would be walking in the way of higher power, divine mind, highest truth, source. You would be walking in the way that you were called to walk by your own inner guidance. And when we work, when we think that we're working, what I get is that we have bought into the thought system or the belief system that you were talking about earlier, Leslie, thank you. That we have to do it to receive, to get something. I heard money. We have to do it to get recognition. We have to do it to get validation. We're working so we can have something or someone out there affirm that we are valuable. So all of a sudden, the concept of work becomes external focused. when you're operating from that system. So my next piece is the operating, what system are you running in your life? What operating system are you running in your life? So internal guidance operating system. That's one. The other one is an external guidance operating system. Now you can use any words you want, but what's really cool is about this external guidance operating system, it spells EGOS, which I think is kind of funny because I didn't realize that at the time that I heard, okay, external, because I kept playing with words. You know, we can use and substitute all kinds of different words for these concepts of work and play. But the bottom line is, they're two sides of the same coin. Because in this world, there's this concept of duality or difference. There's a concept of work and play. There's a concept of male, female. There's this, and all of these concepts are based on form. Okay, so in the meditation, we when about dissolving our boundaries, and we talked about dissolving form. So what happens? What happens when there are no longer boundaries or forms? Freedom and trust. And Betty Lou talks about, and I like her just definition of love. Love is freedom and trust. So let's melt away and dissolve the boundaries, the edges. And when we come into the center, into the middle way, the operating system is the inner guidance operating system. It's the place where your connection to your divine truth is always at the forefront of everything that you think, say, and do. This is the practice. This is self-contemplation. This is the natural way that we came here to reclaim. I talked in the beginning, or I don't know what I said. I never remember anything about what comes out of this mouth, I tell you. But there's little pieces that somehow for me connect. And it has to do with, are you on purpose? Yes, I'm here. If you're in this body, you are on purpose. Even if you forget, and even when things get kind of wonky, if you're in this body, you came here because you remembered the truth, and you're illuminating that truth for your neighbor, for your brothers and your sisters. And guess what? They illuminate it for you. So there is no way to, I've said this before, I think my messages tend to be the same. There's no way to fall off the path. There's no way to not play. What happens is when we are operating on the external guidance operating system, when that happens, we are in a wonderful opportunity to become aware of who's running the show and what system am I running on, and do I want to make a change? Do I want to make a new choice? So all of the yucky stuff that we think's yucky, that we judge, guess what? It's our savior, it's our teacher, it's our saving grace, because those are the edges that hone our ability to wake up, to be aware, and to choose again. And if we choose again for that which may keep us still operating in the external world, that is our path, our purpose, and there is some reason why we're doing it right here, right now. And we trust with that little teeny faith of the mustard seed that whatever this part that I'm playing right now is part of the divine plan, is part of the greater good, and am I willing to just own where I am and not judge it? Am I willing to be me on my path, in my truth, no matter what they're telling me out there, no matter what I hear from my culture, my society, no matter what I hear from the beliefs that somehow I kind of bought into as an opportunity to reawaken the deeper, the greater good that I am. So, I'm just breathing because, thank you. There's no more work and play. There's no more this or that. There just is It's not this and it's not that. It is the middle way. Turning preferences into peace. Can I take what I call work and realize that that's just a thought that I have, and that what my work is to enjoy and to be the essence of freedom and trust, to release myself from the external operating system and to return to the inner guidance. That when I do that, I have blessed you, I have prospered you, I have prospered myself by giving you that which I am. By my willingness to leap before the net is there. Faith is leaping without a net. To start before you're ready. To do that which you are called to do from your inner guidance operating system without any need for the external voice, or without any need for the external without any need for the external requirements to have outline, to have the money, to have the knowledge, to have the training, to have the this. You have to do all of these. If you listen to what they tell you out there, I went on the internet and was looking at, work and play. And I think there's something I wrote. In my closing, there's like a couple of things that there's so many things here. But it's like, you know everything you already need to know without being told anything, Deborah. All of you, but I'm playing with Deborah right now. We just had a little conversation about this. When I'm willing to let go of the concept that I don't know, all of a sudden the entire world is my playground. It is a game that I get to play with because I'm trusting in my inner guidance. And that I don't need the external referencing anymore. This is the practice. This is the guidance of shining our light, this little light of mine. When I'm willing to shine it, regardless of what the external voices are telling me, and those voices are in my head, and I'm loving those voices. You know why I love what they are? It's like loving what is. I love the voices because they're there. I'm not going to argue anymore with reality, whatever you want to call reality. If I have a voice, a critical voice in my head, I am going to love it and say thank you, because you are showing me where I have work to do, which is really playing, which is really the work that I have to do, is the energy that I invest in my own freedom. Is that really work? Not the kind of work that I was, told about. So here I am, willing to shine my light from the inner truth that I know, and I know it because I see it in you. And when I see it in you, every day is a bingo day. And if it isn't a bingo day, then that's a choice that I make, and I honor myself. I honor my inner guidance and trust. Wherever I go, there I am, and always will be, and so it is, and that's the truth. And I think we're going to say that in our closing song too. Wow. So on a deeper level, you are already complete. I think that's really the message. There is no work, there is no play, there is no this, that, or the other. There just is you and me and we. There just is the love. There just is the presence, the deep, deep, abiding presence. Beautiful. When you realize that you already are complete, there is a playful, joyous energy behind what you do. So in the end, it's the operating system. Inner guidance or external. And both of them play parts for us to find and remember the truth, that we are complete and whole as we are. And that when I am willing to own it and shine that light, and you see it in you, that's the only reason I'm here. And guess what? Everything becomes really fun and safe and easy. And so it is. And that's the end, I promise!